What's up? You are a virtual assistant or other service provider like bookkeeper, social media manager, insert your niche here, and you want clients for your business. You know that showing up on social media is an absolutely effective way to connect with other people, but it's taking for freaking ever. Stick around for this video because today I'm going to show you how you can get faster at marketing yourself on social media, and I've got 11 hot takes for you. What's up, everybody? My name is Lauren Golden. I'm the founder of The Free Mama. Welcome to Free Mama TV. If you've been here before, comment down below. Tell me what's up. If you're brand new, hit subscribe. You will not be disappointed because we have over 200 videos teaching you how to work from home, make more money, control your schedule, live a totally awesome guilt-free life. And I'm so glad that you stumbled across this video because I have seen so many people online lately complaining about this topic. You need ways to make your marketing go faster as a freelancer or independent contractor, meaning you do not need some crazy funnel system, email list, whatever. You just need a handful of rock star clients who will help you meet your financial goals, but you know you've got to be visible to grow your network and connect with the right people. Well, I want to break down 11 ways that you can get faster at marketing yourself on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, whatever, pick your poison, pick your flavor. It doesn't matter. Here's the deal. They all work, but today's tips is about how you can get even faster. Okay. Tip number 1 is to use ChatGPT for prompts or themes. Here's the deal. We do not want to let the robots do all the work for us because, spoiler, it's really obvious when you're posting something that came directly from a robot. We can all see it. AI is going to continue to flare up, but unless you want to get drowned out with everybody else who's lazy, you don't want to use it for that. What you do want to use it for is to give you ideas. Use it as an idea generator. I made this video over here all about how virtual assistants are able to use ChatGPT to get quicker at different things in your work. But one of those is finding those prompts or themes. You can even apply this for your clients as well. Hint to my social media managers. Tip number 2 is to use other people's posts for inspiration. Now, I'm not talking about copying. That is just not cool. And sadly, we see this happen all the time. Like, this is not a control command CV, copy, paste, whatever the formula is kind of situation. But what I want you to do is take posts for inspiration that catch your eye as you're scrolling on social media, and then apply what they say to your niche without overthinking. I think the biggest reason marketing seems to take a long time for people, especially women, which is the type of individual that I coach inside of the Free Mama membership, it takes a long time because you're overthinking it. You're second guessing yourself. You're wondering if it's good enough rather than just blessing and releasing and knowing that the algorithm actually has more of an impact than the quality of your content. I know, I said it. I actually believe it. I have posted stuff that was like really good, and it didn't get a lot of traction. And the stuff I do in like 2 minutes that I think, whatever, it's fine, we'll put it out there, it totally takes off and gets engagement. You just don't know. So don't overthink it. Don't copy people, but use what they're doing that's working for inspiration and model their type of post. Here's a pro tip for anybody who likes this idea. I also do this when I'm coming up with ads. Use the 3 little dots, especially if you're over on Facebook, or you can use the save little bookmark button on Instagram to save the posts that catch your attention. You don't have to go create that post right now. In fact, maybe you give it some time and space, especially if it's someone inside of your network that you're going to be modeling. And it all goes into a captured folder on Facebook where you can come back and see all of those inspiration posts later on if you need an idea in a pinch. The third way that you can get faster at marketing your virtual assistant business on social media is to do a behind the scenes photo of what you're doing work that day. Look, it looks like this. So I am going to get out my phone. I'm going to open up my camera. Oh, that was so cool. Oh my gosh, maybe that's the pose right there. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to click behind the scenes. Okay, I might also go like that. Look, it's recording day behind the scenes. and I'm going to take a picture. And then I'm going to post that picture and say, oh my gosh, today I recorded a new episode of Free Mama TV with 11 ways to get faster at marketing yourself on social media. And I'm going to share that thing that I'm working on. Maybe your desk is an absolute train wreck. Maybe you just clean that day. But by doing a behind the scenes, snapping a picture, just stopping and capturing that moment with no shame and no perfectionism attached, it is the fastest way to share what you're doing, especially if there's something about it that is exciting or relatable. Tip number 4, share a part of your personal life. What show are you watching on TV? What family vacation are you excited to take this summer? What's your morning beverage of choice? I am constantly talking about the fact that I only drink iced coffee. Do you hear my ice in there? I only drink iced coffee. I love it. I'm obsessed. If you go to a coffee shop, take a picture of it, ask people what they would order if you gave them $10 Starbucks gift card, because we know you need $10 now to buy anything from Starbucks because, inflation. So share something, a part of your personal life. Not every post you make has to be about your business. I actually find that really obnoxious and not very humanizing. So be you. What's something about your personal life? What book are you reading? Ask for book recommendations. These are all great things that you can do. So share something from your personal life. Do not overthink it. Literally look around the room that you're in and think about something that you can share with other people. Number 5 goes against all the things. So sorry that I'm not sorry. Quit worrying so much about batching. I know, blasphemy. I actually started my freelancing journey in 2015 as a social media manager. And I'm telling you to quit worrying about batching. I have probably been very obnoxious to work for the contractors that I hire, because I actually think it's so much easier to post in the moment. I think the hard part is worrying about what you want to say 30 days from now. Don't worry about it. If it's adding stress to you, let it go. If it's helping, if it's working for you, go nuts. But you don't have to batch to be successful on social media. Seriously, I know. Mind-blowing. Tip number 6 is to make a post where you disagree with something you see someone else doing online. I have been doing this lately. Now, I prefer to do it in a way where we're not shaming people. I don't screenshot what they're doing. I'm not calling anybody out. To me, it doesn't feel good. I don't think it's productive. I don't think I'm really going to change someone else's mind. However, it's giving me really great content. So I'm just addressing the thing that I think is wrong. And so here's a couple of examples of posts that I've done recently that follow this model. Okay, so just the other day, I saw somebody make this post that was just basically saying, like, I fear that if all entrepreneurs don't do this one thing that I'm doing and teaching, that you will fail. And I was like, boo, like that is just not true. So that inspired my post where I said, if you're an entrepreneur or marketer and you're telling people your way is the only way to do things, just know you're starting a relationship with your clients as a big fat liar. Bold, but bold gets engagement. You don't have to scare people into working with you. It's already gotten 29 comments. I'm not really facilitating a whole lot of the conversation. Most people are agreeing, which is great, but you don't need people to agree with you for something to be interesting or successful on social media. I stand by this post, which is always kind of my internal compass. Like, do I stand by this? And yes, that is something I believe. And that is me making a post where I disagree with something I saw someone else doing online. If you're seeing people make mistakes in your niche as a virtual assistant or social media manager or bookkeeper, or you are working with entrepreneurs that you see doing things incorrectly, you don't have to call them out, especially if they're paying you, because that would be really awkward. But if you're seeing people doing things, making mistakes, or you see something on a sales call, don't be afraid to stand up, have an opinion, have a voice, and disagree by saying what you do believe on your social media. I find being triggered is actually a really great way to come up with content. Okay, number 7 is quote your kids. I've also been doing this a lot lately because my youngest is 6 and she's adorable. Recently, Audrey asked about my grandmother name, what are her kids going to call me? So I posted, does anyone else ever randomly wonder what your grandparent name is going to be? And that has gotten 68 comments. Most people had really strong opinions about this. That is so funny to me. That's so interesting, because all I really was doing was coming up with a question off of my kiddo. Another one, recently Audrey said, Mom, will you be my mom when I'm a mom? And I said, of course, I'll always be your mom. And she said, oh, but like, will you still be my mom still? And I'm like, yes, baby, I'll always be your mom and I'll be your baby's grandma. And she's like, okay, but like, will you be doing the free mama still? And I'm all like, I don't know, sweetie, it's hard to say. And she's like, oh, well, I was really hoping to be a free mama when I'm a mom. Again, over 215 people, 217 people liked that post. And that was a post I made after not posting on my profile for a while. And it got 44 comments. So tons of engagement when you quote your kids. If you're a parent, they say really funny, cute things and they do silly things. And so use your kids for inspiration. Neither of these had a picture of my child. You don't have to like embarrass your kids. It's a really personal choice whether or not you post pictures of your children on the internet, but they still say the darnest things and it's really cute. Okay, tip number 8 is to ask for help or feedback on something that like maybe you recently Googled or you've been wondering in your head. Again, what summer book recommendations do you have? Do you use Airbnb or VRBO when you travel? Like, what's your favorite airline and why? Because these are things maybe you've been doing. Or, hey, does anyone have any natural bug bite repellent ideas, which by the way is something I recently Googled? Like, what are the things you're already thinking about and doing, and use those to ask people on your social media for feedback and help. Again, you can do this in stories on Instagram. It works well as a post on Facebook, but you'd be surprised. People love to share their opinion, and the people in your network might be really knowledgeable as well. Now, don't be lazy. Like, I hate when people use Facebook groups as Google for something that like the internet should have told them how to do, not someone else's time and energy. But when you do this strategically as like engagement and feedback and like group think, it's actually a really great way to get a lot of feedback on your post. Tip number 9, repurpose what's worked in the past. Like, go to your social media account, look at the analytics, look for a post that did really well, had a ton of engagement, and post something nearly identical. Stage a similar photo, make a similar post in terms of the content or value, maybe something about being a business owner or the service that you provide in particular. You think people are paying a lot of attention. I know people who literally teach reposting the exact identical same post in the future that worked in the past, because most people don't remember. Most people maybe didn't even see it the first time. So if you are really dry on a way to market yourself, go look at something that worked in the past and either doctor it up a little bit or repost the same thing again. Number 10 is spend one day taking a ton of photos and videos. Just like make that your theme for the day, and then save them all in a folder or on your phone so that you always have a visual for backup. I know that the thing for me that makes posting on social media difficult, especially Instagram, is the visual. I am not super gifted in making beautiful things. Even something like Canva, it is not, aesthetics are not my natural strength. So if I can have a bunch of pictures, a bunch of selfies of me with my kids or me working, if I can have a bunch of videos. In fact, I just was on an RV trip and I took, I think, something like 50 15-second videos of nature to use for reels where I can put my content on top of it. So while I don't batch my actual posts, I'm a big fan of having just kind of an arsenal of graphics or videos so that that doesn't become the thing that trips you up. Again, this is my sort of Achilles heel. My downfall is feeling like, well, I don't have anything pretty. So if I just know that I always have a go-to of things that I can use, it makes me move through really quickly. And keep in mind, your visual does not actually have to match the content. The visual is really just to get people's attention. So don't worry about it not being the exact thing of the topic that you're writing content about. Okay, my last tip is number 11, and this is to transcribe your calls or your Voxer messages. I know that when I'm talking to my clients or my students inside of the Free Mama membership, I am constantly saying things where my brain was like, oh man, that actually sounded really good. Maybe it's something that happens on Free Mama TV. Maybe it's on a coaching call. Maybe it's on a Facebook Live. Regardless, if I can remember in that moment of like, oh, I said that thing that was really good, I can go to a platform like Otter AI that's going to transcribe it. There's lots of different resources, or go old school, go back and listen to it yourself and find the goodness from it. Use the thing that you said that was valuable. Maybe you gave your client a really good tip. Maybe they gave you some really nice feedback that you can ask their permission to quote them from that call on your team meeting and turn that into a graphic and a testimonial. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of stuff that comes out of our mouths that is really, really good. It's good stuff. And so if you can capture those moments, transcribe them, your content will literally just write itself. Okay, hopefully you found this helpful. We went through all 11 ways that you can get faster at marketing your virtual assistant business on social media. The big key here is do not overthink it. Yes, quality matters. And the algorithm really loves consistency. It's hard to predict exactly what's going to work, but by continuing to be visible, to continue to show up as the person that you are and as the freelancer that you are, and reminding people that what you do and the fact that you exist and you're like there and top of mind, that is what is going to help people connect with you the most. So if you found this helpful, talk to me below. If I missed a tip, let everybody in on your secret sauce down in the comments. And if you have any questions about joining as a Free Mama member, or you want to hang out with me in our free Facebook group, we got all those goodies down below that we'll link to as well. Till next time, see you soon. Oh, I got kids home. Dang it. Hang on. Not going to work. Okay. Okay. Number 6. That is 7. Okay. Okay. Tip number 6 is to make a post. I had to check my fingers. That is so embarrassing.